In this video we got a 32-inch Emerson LCD TV, model number LC320EM2F, and it is completely unresponsive. We get absolutely no power light of any kind. So let's take the back off and take a closer look at the power supply. So here in the power supply board, we've got a blown fuse. That would definitely explain why we're getting completely unresponsive behavior. Let me see if I can find some shorts on this board. This appears to just have one main switching transistor for the entire power supply, unless there are more components surface mounted on the back. But on the top side here, there's just one transistor, and it is a dead short across all 3 pins. And I'll even try it on diode mode here too to see if we get any voltage across. No, this is a dead short in all directions. While I was shopping for a new transistor, I came across that there's many kits available for this model of TV and others similar. The kits come with quite a few components. They come with some extra diodes and some extra transistors. So I checked the ones on this board, and sure enough, those also appear to be shorted too. So I'll be replacing multiple components. There's got a transistor here that also seems to be shorted. I'm going to remove these from the circuit and see if they are still a short or not. Now with the kit, I did find something interesting. It changes a couple of values of resistors. It changes 605 and 606, which are here and here. And these appear to be set up as a voltage divider tied into this driver transistor somehow. So they're actually redesigning the way this thing works. Now originally it has 120 ohm and 120 ohm tied together as a voltage divider, but it has us changing it to 180 on one side and 220 on the other, so it's going to be shifting the voltage divider. So next I'm just going to go ahead and start removing components. I'm going to pull out these transistors and some of these diodes and see if they're still shorted out of circuit. I did check. It also comes with some other higher power resistors. These actually are testing fine. They don't show any signs of overheating either, so I might just leave those be. They're still measuring fine. This transistor is testing okay out of circuit. Could probably reuse it, but I'll put in the new one. Next, I'm going to pull out one of these shorted diodes. Okay, this one's definitely bad. And the kit also comes with a D604, which is testing okay. But I'll just, oh, it is a Zener. I'll just go ahead and replace it. Just want to make sure the board is marked before I pull it out, and it is. And now for those 2 resistors. Now with the diodes, of course, polarity is very important. Now with D604, the new diode is quite a bit larger package, so I'm actually going to have to stand this one up vertically to get it to fit. Alright, and I've got one more diode to change out on this side, 610. Yep, that one's toast. Good thing the kit has everything. I noticed that a lot of these package sizes are larger than what was originally in here. The transistor's larger, the diodes and these two resistors, the package sizes are so much larger you have to stand them up to really get them to fit. Now I have to move on to the back side. This kit also comes with diode D640 on the back. Now it's going to show up as a short because it's directly in parallel with the transformer coil, so in circuit it's going to show us a short, but I'm just going to pull it out and check it out of circuit here. Oh, glued down a little bit. And let's see if it's shorted out of circuit. Yeah, it actually is. Wow, that shorted too. Makes me wonder if that shorted first and caused a chain reaction of everything before it to short. So being that this is a diode, again, polarity is crucial. And this has a stripe. The diode has a stripe down one side, and the board printed here has the stripe. There's the old and the new. Appear to be the same package size. Okay. I believe that is the end of the kit. The only thing left is the fuses and 2 resistors that tested good, and they show no signs of damage or heat, so I'm actually going to leave those alone. Okay, next step is to put the board back in and see what happens. Okay, the only thing left to plug in is the AC. So let's see if it blows up in my face or turns on. Oop, I hear it powering up. Hey, wait, I think I see backlight already. Yeah, that's a good sign. Alright, it says HDMI 2. Woohoo, I can put the back on. Oh, how about before I do that, let's talk about the carnage. So, I was wrong about the 0.18 ohm. That actually did open up. It was reading okay in circuit. Pulled it out and it was open. So there must have been another short in parallel with it that happened to be just right because it was reading fine. So, we know the MOSFET was bad. But I think what started the chain reaction was the backside diode on the secondary of the transformer. I would guess that when that shorted, it started a chain reaction and kind of took everything before it out. So we had a bad, the MOSFET was bad. The labeled as switching diode, D607 was bad. The Zener diode, D610 was bad. These are all shorted diodes. And then the one on the back, that's D640, that was shorted. Now the 2.2 ohms, these large ones here, they tested okay. I left them alone and it seems to be working. Now our R605 and R606, that's that voltage divider I was talking about. Those resistors measuring what they were supposed to, but I did change them out for the new values. And of course the fuse was bad. And then that 1.8 ohm, or the 0.18 ohm was open. So let me put this thing back together. TV's working pretty good, isn't it, Cat? Can't say your name or it'll get demonetized.